Alright, everybody's in. It's Gen.G 2v2 against Spacestation Gaming. Shout out to Chalkedcast for sponsoring not just this, but also the following show match that's going to be on the channel tonight. And also the winner of this show match will be playing the winner of the following show match. They'll be on the channel tonight. The next one's going to be Furia vs Complexity. Yeah, we're going to see, at least out of all these teams playing, we don't have Daniel Beast Mode in this. We're going to see who the top 2v2 team is out of 4 very closely matched RLCS teams at the moment. Everybody knows right now, going into Regional 3 in North America, that there's a bunch of teams in NA that are all extremely close in the standings. So let's find out which one of them can come out on top in 2v2. It's just single elimination. It's a little miniature tournament kind of thing we're doing here. We're calling it show matches so people don't get confused. So really what we're doing is... Oh, nice finish by Chronic after posting the first shot. Yeah, really what we're doing today is we're, just getting one best of 5 and then another best of 5, then the winners will play against each other tomorrow. If that's the format that you guys like, then we might bring it back. Just trying to kind of miniature tournament idea, spreading a little event over a few days. Jack got his first touch perfect there, second touch a bit too low. Chronic's still got a great follow-up chance. He shows him it's done 3-0. Well, Chronic's shooting has been spectacular here. Jack nearly had the money there with his own shot. Cam Miller Time, thanks to the 14-month Prime. Welcome back to the channel. He said, don't run in nearly as often as I like to, but thank you, Johnny. Always try to log in with your Twitch streams. Love the YouTube content. Yeah, appreciate you swinging by. Hey, you've remembered 14 times to go and use your free Prime sub. Well, technically free. You know what I mean. And I appreciate you doing that. And also, my ping is Sade. Thanks for the 2-month Prime. Probably said your name wrong. I tried, though. Can't take that away from me. Yeah, if you're wondering what is Chalkcast, how are you managing to sponsor all these tournaments with podcasts, with running a podcast? Well, Chalkcast is a weekly podcast that I have with CJ, and Rizzo. It's live on Rizzo's channel every week, usually on Mondays, but this week it was on a Tuesday. And this week we had the pleasure of being joined by both Joyo and Rise. If you missed it, it was an absolute banger. Before that we had Farah, before that we had Sunless, before that we had Farah, before that we had Beast Mode. But we're up to, I think, how many episodes now? There's been a lot of episodes now. So if you like hearing Rocket League pros, content creators, and casters chat about RLCS and other things Rocket League related, then definitely check out the Chalkcast. Yeah, we're up to, I think, 7 bonus episodes on the Patreon now, with another one going out next Monday, another one the Monday after that, and then another one the Monday after that, and so on. Yeah, thanks to all the Patreon support, we've been able to sponsor some show matches, such as these. Okay, now let's see if Spacestation can make the most of all the time they've got remaining here. LJ's making a forward run onto ApparentlyJack, who dodges the demo. LJ didn't go completely all in for that. Didn't want to leave hockser completely isolated on a counter-attack. Of course, with Gamers 8 just around the corner for these teams, well actually not for both these teams, but for Gen.G, this is relevant 2v2 competitive practice for these guys. I say not for SSG because they failed to qualify for Gamers 8. Gen.G were invited as one of the, at the time, top 2 teams in North America alongside FaZe. Also worth mentioning, Furia were invited directly to Gamers 8, even though they did not get a top 2 seed in North America this RLCS split. They are attending Gamers 8 as defending champions. That's going to be exciting to see. See how they can do later on today. I believe it's going to be, it's going to be Yan and Card tonight. We've seen plenty of Yan and lost 2v2 recently. Yan and Card were actually the 2v2 team to beat at last year's Gamers 8. They're going to be playing tonight against CRR and Razebill. Oh, what a shot. Jack in a 1v1 there, leaving absolutely nothing up to chance. hockser not able to get enough done there, not able to slow down Jack's takeoff whatsoever. Gax Mango, thanks to the Prime. Welcome to the channel. Do you guys want to know a couple of other potential show matches that we might be having tomorrow? I can go ahead and leak that if you guys want. Before the winner of this match that we're currently watching takes on the winner of Complexity against Furia, I'm looking to get 2 other matches as well. Another 2v2 and also a 1v1. So yeah, I'll go ahead and leak it for you guys. If all goes well, we're going to have Spain against KSA 2v2 to start the night. And then we're going to be following that up with a 1v1 garage match between Vatira and Garowli. I'm very much looking forward to both those. And then, of course, then we've got the winner of this, which right now looks like it might be Gen.G if they can keep this up. against either Furia or Complexity. But yeah, three show matches back to back. EU versus KSA 2s. We've got the EU 1v1, then we've got the NA 2v2 with maybe a little bit of Sam in there. Definitely a little bit of Sam in there. Either Razebull or Yan and Card will be getting the dub. It's a beautiful touch by ApparentlyJack to pass to himself off the near post there. And look at the speed of Chronic really testing hockser's reaction time. He's lurking at the back post. Notice Chronic's positioning there. You should really be taking notes of that in your own 2v2 games. Too many of you guys, when you're following up on your teammate's center ball, are hiding behind your teammate. Now, I want you to be honest with yourselves here, chat. Honest with each other. Type 1 in chat if you follow your teammate when he's trying to set you up in 2v2. When your teammate's attacking in 2v2, do you drive behind him? Type 1 in chat if that's you. I know it's most of you, so I better see majority 1s in chat right now. You'll notice if you watch a lot of pro play, that they don't tend to follow each other except on counter-attacks. You know, if it's a counter-attack, then you might see somebody following each other when a pass off the backboard at the near post is likely. But even on counter-attacks, sometimes back post approach makes sense if the ball's likely to center quickly. You definitely want to be at the far post so you've got more coverage. And you can actually reach more angles, whether it's near post, far post, or straight down the middle quickly. Yeah, it's much easier for your teammate to see you if you're over there at that back post side, of course. Obviously, it's still your responsibility in twos, as the second man, to cover what could go wrong, of course. Obviously, that's the responsibility of both players, but mostly the second man. First man is able to take more risks in Rocket League. That's no excuse for you first men actually just passing the ball to goalkeepers. I know as well. I do that. You know, we all make this mistake. You know, you take a bad shot. Bad shots in Rocket League might as well just be called passes to the opposition goalkeeper. It doesn't deserve to be called a shot if it's just a free possession for the opponents, is it? So game one went all wrong for SSG early. Just a flurry of offense from ApparentlyJack and Chronic. Let's kick things off. Little air dribble into ceiling. Pinch attempt there by ApparentlyJack. LJ spots Chronic diving as second man there, though. It's a pretty decent example. In fact, he didn't even spot it. He just read it. He knew that there was a chance Chronic's diving there. And, you know, that's a pretty good risk versus reward there. LJ, what is he risking? Well, maybe a 50-50. What sort of reward? You might score a goal. Degay Ice, cheers for the 63-month tier 1. Welcome to the channel. He says Gen.G too good. Well, you know, 5-1 and 2v2 is obviously a very one-sided scoreline, but it does tend to happen sometimes. If you go 2 or 3 goals down very early, that can spiral out of control because then you got to take some risks to maybe score some goals back. Great cover there by hockser, just rotating straight down the middle of the pitch, not back post, as a lot of people will incorrectly tell you to do. You know, if you're telling your mates, and you know, this is I'm talking about this a lot today, but you know, there's a lot to learn from watching Pro 2v2s. I feel because 2v2 is probably the game mode in Rocket League that everybody autopilots the most in. Maybe 3v3 has a ranked 3v3 at least is up there as well. Definitely not pros. But for pros, 2v2 is a game mode where they autopilot the most, and you've always got to remember that, you know, when you're rotating in twos, don't just help yourself. Don't think, well, I need boost, so I'm going to get boost. You sometimes need to help your teammate as well. And that could mean challenging with no boost. It could mean bumping an opponent as you rotate back. Love that pass from LJ. Simple stuff. He's not tried to put that on target. Just gets it in front of net behind the goalies. He's scored one on the counter attack, and now on the attack leaves it open for hockser. I think LJ's going to make it back here. Oh no, he can't get there. Well, Chronix hit that one powerfully enough. hockser thought LJ was going to be back here, but LJ took a very wide line. That's, you know, not really the safest play by either player. Yeah, Chronic having an SSG decal is a little bit confusing for sure. Oh, okay, you know, that's not going to be easy for LJ. He has been bumped here, and ApparentlyJack will run it through. Beautiful kickoff by ApparentlyJack and Chronic. ApparentlyJack chips it over one. Chronic stole the boost from LJ, forced LJ to jump, and that left it wide open bottom corner for Jack to force it in. Really smart to keep the ball low there. ApparentlyJack realized LJ was on the back wall. So he just kept the ball underneath him. Very difficult to get a save in that position. As LJ, ApparentlyJack, offloads to Chronic, who's hit the post there. LJ, I'm going to use all of his boost to get a 50-50 with Chronic at the exit, but it's a good 50-50. It actually really is confusing, isn't it, seeing the Chronic SSG decal every now and then. Well done by hockser here. Air dribbles it past Chronic, and then gets a nice block on Jack. He's leaning back into the ball there to block it into the bottom corner. Again, hockser covered in the center. Oh no, he's not got the right clear though. Apparently Jack's going to score the open net in the biggest upset of the day. Yeah, hockser is covering the mid pass there, but he accidentally hit the post of his own goal. Not exactly what he had in mind. Good idea, but the execution a bit tricky. Matuzolo, thanks for the 4-month prime. Also, Supersonic for real, thanks for the 5-month prime. Snosbreeze, thanks for the 74-month tier 1. Welcome back to the channel to you. That's absolutely ridiculous. Now, if you didn't catch it, I know a lot of you guys probably did see it, but LJ did exceptionally well in my NA 5-player 2v2 lobby. It was First Killer, Daniel, Beast Mode, Chronic and LJ. In fact, LJ and Chronic both did very well. Everybody thought it was going to be Daniel, Beast Mode and First Killer dominating that. LJ actually had the best score, and then Chronic had the second best score. So these guys are two of the absolute best in North America, and I think Jack as well is just a clear top 2v2 player on the North American server, even though he's, you know, an import player. Everybody would absolutely put him in their top 10 2v2 players in the region, I think. Well, you gotta, you know, think about probably putting all import players in. What a save by Chronic. That's absolutely ridiculous that he clears that ball to safety after seeing where it started from. Yeah, what do you guys think? Top 10 2v2 players in the region? I'd probably say, you know, besides the 5 players I had in my NA 2v2, I think the video is titled Finding Out Who the Best 2v2 Player Is in the USA, or US, you know, American 2v2 player, something like that. I'd probably put those 5 in the top 10, and then you've also got to give AJ a shout. I think AJ's exceptional. Then, yeah, ApparentlyJack, CRR, Razebull, probably all have to go in there as well. Yan probably has to go in there. You know, do you put Lost in there? Already we've said more than 10 names. It's absolutely stacked thanks to the fact that almost all the import talent play 2v2 to an exceptionally high level. LJ and hockser could really do with a game here. It does not look like it's going to be easy to beat Gen.G 3 games in a row. Jack denying LJ the dunk that he was looking for, now trying to center the ball, and he does so by blocking hockser's touch. Chronic blocks the touch of LJ. Everybody's just trading 50-50s here, but now suddenly it's actually swung into Spacestation Gaming's favor. A demo by Chronic will change that fact. Apparently Jack's just left Chronic alone at the back here to go for mid boost. He went for a demo and then continued running down the line for mid boost. Chronic responded well by playing a very safe touch. Oh, that might be in. Chronic off the post. It's absolutely as close as you can get. ApparentlyJack gets the second shot on target. We're going to decide game 2 in overtime. Yeah, what do you guys think? Have I forgotten any other top 10 NA 2v2 players? There's obviously a ton of 2v2 talent. The fact that you only need 2 players helps build up more rosters than 3v3. Jack really hoping that LJ would be diving there, making an awkward touch. LJ was not doing anything of the sort. It's good defense by hockser now, keeping the ball in the back corner. AppJack, if you've watched any of his YouTube videos, you'll know he knew better than to advance in that position. Yeah, yeah, Beast Mode was in the original Let's Find Out Who the Best American 2s Player Was video, so I didn't mention him, but he was one of the original 5. Atomic, yeah, Atomic's another shout, although I think he'd probably be in the top 15 for me. I don't think I'd put him top 10 2v2. Great read by ApparentlyJack off his own backboard. Not got a lot of boost to play with, but he's still got LJ backing down. Chronic charging in. Thinking about going here. He does go. LJ gets it past him. Chronic nearly own goals. Well, apparently Jack had to be prepared. Thanks to the fact that he is now rapidly counter-attacking, and LJ had to have his wits about him to spot apparently Jack about to fall on him and attempt to dunk the ball from point-blank range. Apparently Jack and Chronic are spotting brilliant angles to dive in for challenges here. So much pressure. Apparently Jack gets one extra touch. Chronic again looking to catch LJ diving in it. LJ read that brilliantly. The fact that he didn't lunge at that ball and give Chronic a free shot shows that he knows Chronic extremely well. They've played a ton of 2v2 together in the past. Is that going to help him here though? LJ just about gets away from Chronic's bump attempt in the back corner. Well, you've got to be so careful committing in positions like these. Gen.G have looked like the quicker of the two teams. They look like the deadlier of the two teams, but Spacestation Gaming have been organised. LJ bails from an awkward read, but he's not back in time. And Chronic, meanwhile, was chasing hockser away from the goal. I think, yeah, he just went for the same boost blind and ended up finding hockser on top of it. Hockser, of course, had a lot of faith in LJ being able to play the ball there, but it was a tough read. The fact that LJ jumped left him in a world of trouble. He didn't have any way to get back to the ball, didn't have any way to really easily get back to the goal there. Look at the difference in shots, 15-8. It's been dominant for Gen.G. There's no question about that. So, will we have a sweep in the first of two Shockcast show matches tonight? Ban this guy for advertising his Minecraft. Nobody's joining a Minecraft server, bro. Like I don't think anybody's like clicking a Minecraft server link in this in Rocket League Twitch chat these days. Personally, I don't really care. If somebody like self promo never gets attention, I feel I couldn't care less. If people just cringe at it these days, it's like if you want to really, I mean, if somebody does want to promote something, it's like never a good idea to try and self promo in, like, you know, I don't know, a stream. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Only ceiling wave dash there by Chronic gets a bit of a bump or a bit of a block onto hockser's touch, but LJ picks it up now. Fortunately for LJ's first touch didn't really leave him in a good position to continue attacking. ApparentlyJack straight back to the ball. Lots of boost left over. Trying to get out Chronic way there. Just looks so comfortable for Gen.G when they are in the back corner. I think the only times that Spacestation have really had them in trouble is in really quick plays where they could back each other up. Either like 50-50 consecutively. In terms of like clean out plays and being fast to the ball, Gen.G have just had their number once again. It's Gen.G who are just too quick. ApparentlyJack slots it into the middle of the box, and then Chronic slots it into the middle of the goal. Such a promising sight, I'm sure, for Gen.G fans. Although it's only a 2v2 show match, it's not really something that's going to translate to RLCS directly. I'm sure Gen.G fans will be thrilled to see good form by a team who have struggled for form compared to the first half of this season. Fantastic play there by hockser. He actually forced Chronic to jump early there, so LJ's air dribbled over the top of Chronic, but hockser forced him to jump, I think, a bit earlier than he wanted to. No doubt that helped LJ's air dribble succeed. LJ calls ApparentlyJack's bluff. ApparentlyJack's nearly able to sneak the save, but not quite. A great read by LJ. Seeing ApparentlyJack challenge here, thinks, I don't believe you. I'm just going to take a shot. ApparentlyJack was caught completely out of position. You're not busy? What's this in reference to? Someone in chat saying hockser's rubbish. Get Arsenal in here. I'm trying to guess. hockser's he's really good. I think he's an underrated player still, even though they've had a brilliant split. Spacestation have overcome the odds. It's a stacked region, and they're doing, I think, more than anybody expected from them. But still, people underestimate hockser. I don't understand. He's been one of the most hyped players outside of the very top tier teams for a while now. Oh my word, Chronic. Somebody needs to challenge this guy earlier. That is absolutely disgusting. Well, that's why hockser didn't challenge. He's got 23 boost. LJ's got 31. He was really hoping that Chronic was going to go backboard there, not ceiling. That one's just a bit too tough to stop. You tilting twos don't want to do show match? Yeah, that's fair enough. 2v2 can be pretty tilting. Chronic's tried to fly into the back wall there and accidentally flown beside the back wall. And then for fear of wasting even more boost, he just decided to stop. Yeah, didn't Hockser and LJ play all the 2v2s in Gamers Without Borders? NA Arsenal. I didn't get to cast a lot of SSG in Gamers Without Borders. I got to kind of path watch. Chronic defending Hockser's low to the ground floor double. Not that easy to sneak a floor double past someone at that altitude. See how Spacestation came in and hold on to a lead. They had a 3-2 lead in game 2. There's Gen.G who came back stronger. It's 4-2 now though. LJ slaps in Hockser's center ball. That was actually ApparentlyJack's center ball. I stand corrected. Looked at my chat for a second. I'm thinking, wait, how did that touch get into the middle? ApparentlyJack gave it a little bit more oomph after it initially went into the middle. The best Q898. Thanks for gifting a sub to Argic38 and also Weeks. Thanks for the 4-month tier 1. Bubblicious, thanks for the brand new Prime. Matsuzolo, thanks for the 4-month Prime. This is going to be a Space Station gaming game, isn't it? As Gen.G overextend in the hunt for the comeback. You know, I said Space Station Gaming would struggle to sweep, but or reverse sweep, I mean, but yeah, it is possible. Well, they're gonna go FFGG. Wait, did they both say FFGG at the same time, or did I miss? Chronic said next, and then Jack said FFGG. Was that both? Were both these comments written at 6-2, or did I miss one at 5-2? I can't remember. They were at the same time. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I was kind of hoping you guys were going to say that, because if I just totally missed that and made them concede again, they'd be like, Johnny, what are you doing? We're trying to forfeit, please. I like that we don't really get anybody complaining about forfeits anymore. It used to be something people would complain about. They'd be like, no, why are the players forfeiting? Whoa, what is this camera by Jack? That's got to be a bug. There's no way he's actually playing with this. I think Chronic's got it as well now, does he? Look at this default camera set. Oh my goodness, everybody's got default camera settings. Hockser's just the best default camera player, it would seem. I mean, you just don't see anything. We've got to get an update on these psionics. I mean, default camera settings need to be usable. Imagine queuing up Rocket League and you have to play like this. Wonder what the reason is behind that. There has to be some thinking behind making the default camera settings so zoomed in. Maybe it just makes the game feel more epic. Oh, nice shot by Jack. Absolute top corner slot. Best way to see the items. A hat. I know a lot of new players do use hats and antennas, don't they? So I suppose having a really big zoomed in camera gets you a close-up view of the hat and the antenna. Oh, lovely by Chronic. He's just been unstoppable with the resets today. Hockser backs down for boost. LJ's not able to come back and help him. I feel like you got to be proactive in these kind of positions. You're not going to stop Chronic's flip resets from that range. Well, looks like they won't have to though if they could just keep slapping in simple goals. LJ has done such a good job today spotting opportunities to shoot. Past players were right in front of him. Jack was right there. And LJ just shot the ball straight at Jack, reading the fact that Jack wouldn't jump. Which is actually really well played. Now Chronicle doesn't have a lot of boost, but Hockser's lost control here. Chronicle offload to ApparentlyJack, who wants to bring it down for the ground bounce, gets it up into the air now. Flip reset, tough to dig out from that position. And here comes Hockser on the counter attack. Not a lot of boost once again. Chronic and Jack both jump, but they should be fine. One of the better positions to double commit there, because you're landing immediately in defense in an active position. Jack with Chronic to his left. He actually just tried to use Chronic as bait there, hoping that hockser would try too much to cover the infield pass and leave the angle down the line wide open. Spacestation really are just very good at their 50-50s and 2s, aren't they? Look, notice how many 50-50s are going towards the teammate. They're not hitting the ball straight at the Gen.G goal. They're not trying to hit it straight at Gen.G. And they're not trying to outplay them. They're just trying to get favorable touches. It's working out more than it isn't. Why are there ads playing? This doesn't make any sense. I've been saying this every time. I always talk about this just briefly. If you are watching back in the VOD and you're wondering why did Johnny run ads, well, I didn't, but Twitch are just spamming ads despite the best efforts of their creators to stop it from happening. So yeah, my apologies. And yeah, if you guys could remind me to run ads after this so we don't get them in the next show match, that would be grand. So I did do that, but it doesn't seem to be enough. No, Jack's got plenty of options here. Dumps it down onto Chronic. Oh, well played. It's tough to cover all angles here if you're in the net. AppJack and Chronic both against LJ here. LJ's waiting to see if Jack's going to slow play and go for a dish shot. He just snipes it straight down on top of Chronic instead. Jack fakes the long shot. Instead, just plays for the first touch. Took a bit long to get the shot off, though, and that's going to give Chronic something to worry about. You're back now, so you're going to complain again. Stop it. Nah, it's totally fine to complain about ads during matches. They shouldn't happen. Like, ads during show matches should not happen. It's something I actively try to prevent from happening. But there's also ads that run whenever somebody joins a stream. Those are separate. So to prevent those pre-roll ads from happening, I run ads manually. And those ads that I manually run are also supposed to just stop all ads from running. Yeah, for some reason it just doesn't work. I don't know. It used to work, but now it doesn't work anymore. hockser with the boost seal here. Shouldn't be too much of an issue for Gen.G. Jack had time to get boost on his way back from the small pads. Oh, what a 50-50 again by LJ straight towards hockser. Gen.G on the ropes here. Alright, here comes Chronic. 1v1 with LJ. 50s it dead. Looks to backflip it into the middle. It's a bit risky there by Chronic. AppJack solid at the back as ever. Chronic trying to get out of this position before he gets demoed. He does escape. Early reset. Everybody diving into position there to try and join the fray. Reflip from Jack only gets the ball as far as hockser. He beautifully offloads it to LJ now. With an effortless scoop off that side wall curve. hockser gets a piece of it as Jack tries to slot it over the top of him. Jack now cutting rotation. Notice that Chronic was next up on the play there if you're following a strict rotation, but Jack knew that he could beat everyone to the ball, so he does. There's a chance of bringing Chronic into the play if SSG misplayed it, which they did not. hockser tests in Jack, who's going to pass with flying colors, but it's not over yet. They are actually in a bit of trouble here. Gen.G, great cut by Chronic, keeping his eye on the ball. And Jack's almost been bumped into a double tap there, but it'll be LJ collecting the ball on the back wall. Very back and forth. 2v2. Back pass from Chronic. Follow through demo from hockser. He knew that he was getting beaten to the ball. Jack giving Chronic that back post option. He's got LJ demo dead to rights there as the split finished. hockser intercepts, and he might have a chance to counter-attack. LJ thinking about waiting downfield. He's off at the side of the pitch. Double air dribble bump attempt by hockser. Looks like he did actually make contact to both Jack and Chronic there. Now Jack wins the kickoff in overtime into the Space Station Gaming back corner. This could send Gen.G to tomorrow's final against the winner of Complexity and Furia, who are going to be playing next on the stream. Jack looking to take that away from LJ. He's not been able to. LJ intercepts, but now Jack lands upfield. He's very much in the game here. Reads the downward bounce. That is an unbelievable read by ApparentlyJack. What a pass by Chronic. He landed upfield after getting beaten to the ball, but he made good use of it. I don't know if he even meant to get that first touch so high into the back wall, but it worked out brilliantly for them. I'll tell you what though, if Jack meant that, if he tried to snipe the curve with his first touch, that is unbelievable. Still, world-class read either way. GG's. Gen.G will play the winner of Complexity and Furia tomorrow, starting at the exact same time as this show match did, which is 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time.